What's up, guys? Cameron here on CamTech TV, and the discussion has been hot for years. Is iOS better than Android? Is Android better than iOS? iPhone has always had this status of you can't do more, but you're gonna pay a premium price. It's like comparing a Cadillac Escalade to a Honda Civic Si. The Si, you're faster pretty much because you're smaller. There's less weight. You have better miles per gallon. You can park easier. It's more convenient. There's more aftermarket parts. There's a huge fan base. But with the Escalade, you get that image. You get that premium price with premium quality materials. You can't necessarily do more, but you have that premium status, paying a premium price tag. That's what the iPhone has been for years. Not so much lately because they've gotten into the budget game, but that's kind of what Android and iOS going back and forth is. And so today we are going to have a great discussion, but most of all, this is why Apple iPhone users have a hard time leaving Android. Coming from me, just an average person, I don't get paid by YouTube. I don't get paid, have this high status job getting paid hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm an average Joe, and I prefer iPhone over Android. Android, such as the Pixel and the Galaxies, can do way more, but I still prefer the iPhone and iOS over Android. Here's why, and here is iMessage explained.
The hardest thing I've ever had to say. I guess I do exaggerate, but it's so hard to say goodnight. Just one more drink, please come inside.
Now this discussion can go on and on and on for days, hours, weeks. I'm just going to cover the basics. So, for example, I've had the Pixel 3 times, the Pixel 2 XL to be exact. I have had the iPhone 10 3 times just in this year alone. Now, as Unbox Therapy loves to put it, it's the green bubble versus the blue bubble. People have a blue bubble syndrome, and it's true. People do have a blue bubble syndrome. And YouTubers like Unbox Therapy say, well, if you're going to use a messaging service, why not use WhatsApp or Google Allo or some of the other internet-based chats that are out there that mostly everyone's using? Well, here's why. So, iMessage is Apple's stock iOS app. Okay? What it does is that it combines your Apple ID with your phone number to send a message. Now, that message is sent through data as long as it's from iPhone to iPhone. That's why you see that blue bubble there. When you text someone from an iPhone to an Android device or a Windows, you can't leave them out because they're still around. My dad has one. You'll get a green bubble. Now, what makes the blue bubble so special, the blue bubble syndrome, is that it's sending data through Apple's server and to the other person. Okay, you can use your LTE service or even Wi-Fi. And this is what's so great. For an example, I have an outage at work. There's a tower nearby at work that is out. And I don't have any service at all. But using Wi-Fi, I could still send that text, picture, or video through data through to the other person. As long as they have an iPhone, of course. And it'll still get to them. That's what makes iMessage so great and amazing. But still, back to the topic of Lou from Unbox Therapy puts it, why can't you just use Allo or use another app? Well, 2 reasons. One, I have to go and tell someone to download an app just so I could send them a message over Wi-Fi. Okay, oh, hey, go download WhatsApp, or hey, go download Allo. People don't like having a bunch of apps on their phone all the time. And you're not going to have one app just for one person out there, okay? So that's the number one reason. The second reason is that video and pictures do not get compressed. Okay, this is what makes iMessage so incredibly amazing. When you send a 4K video through your messages, let's say a 3 to 4 minute 4K video, it will not get compressed. If you send a 4K video to your friends that have Android, okay, that video is going to get compressed into at least a 10 megabyte file. Usually it's a 1 megabyte file, but depending on carrier services, T-Mobile, AT&T, Sprint, whatever you got, it will get compressed into a 10 megabyte file. This makes things extremely difficult to share. I was at a show last week. Shout out to Chain Reaction. I love that place. We saw our last night. It was incredibly amazing. I took these amazing 4K video of some amazing songs and amazing performance, but my girlfriend has an iPhone and I was using a Pixel 2 XL at the time, and I couldn't get that video over her to save my life. And it's hard. It's being an Android user is hard, and there's always going to be that discussion of, hey, I have a 3.5mm headphone jack, you don't. I have wireless charging, and you don't, which the iPhone 10 does now, but the 7s don't, the 6s don't, and those are still out there. I have better multitasking capabilities. It's always, I can do this, I can do that, yada, yada, yada. But the one thing that people like me use the most is messaging. We talk to our family and friends and loved ones every single day, and being able to send those pictures and videos seamlessly using data through iMessage to get those to that person, and then on their end they can just hold the video, save it, and that's it. It's as easy as that. You can't even get something close to that on Android. Google is still trying to make RCS come out, which is their rich communications service, to where you could send pictures and videos over data using Wi-Fi, stuff like that. But they don't have that yet, and they've been trying to do this for years, and they still can't compete with Apple. Apple has an amazing service and an amazing server that could translate those messages over to data to the other user, sending those pictures and videos so seamlessly. You don't have to tell someone to download an app. I use Send Anywhere a lot. If you don't have that app and you're an Android user, you need to download that app right now. The cap size, I want to say, is 50 gigabytes per file. 50 gigabyte size limit per file, which is huge. So sending videos that way is great. The only problem is that if your video is in the cloud, you're going to have an issue downloading it back to your phone and then using the Send Anywhere app, sending it to someone else who also has the Send Anywhere app. Hence, you have to have the app as well, which is against everything that I've been saying the whole time. It works. It's a pain in the butt, but it works. So right now, I have an iPhone 10. I'm using the iPhone 10. You guys have seen the iPhone 10. I have a D-brand skin on it right here. Pretty dope. And I'm using a bumper skin setup. Have a bodyguard screen protector on it that you don't even notice that it's there. And then right here, I have an iPhone 6. And I'm going to show you guys how important iMessage is. So I'm going to start a new conversation on my iPhone 10. And I'm going to send it over, okay? Now, let's send a picture. So I'm going to take a beautiful selfie, which is, check this out. It's right there. I'm going to hit send. 1, 2, 3, go. Still sending. You can see that blue status bar at the top, but it's using data. It is not using your voice service on your carrier. Okay? This is either going to use Wi-Fi or LTE. So it's sent, boom, done. So you could be on Wi-Fi. You don't even have to have service, and you can get this. Another example is I'm gonna show you a video. I am gonna send a video. right now. This is a video that I did, YouTube video, that I did previously that I'm going to send to myself. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds, okay? So we're going to send this over. So the video right here is ready to send. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds, okay? Now, this is shot in 1080p, okay? It's not 4K. This one's shot in 1080p. Still, it could take up a lot of space, okay? This could, in 4K, I would say it'd be a 1 gigabyte file. But remember, the carrier's voice network has a limit of at least 10 megabytes, okay? It's not over 10 megabytes. So, right now, okay, I'm going to hit send. So I just got it. I'm going to press play. What's up, guys? Cameron here on Camtech TV, and we have some exciting stuff to unbox today. But first, same resolution. It did not get compressed at all. Yes. What's up, guys? Cameron here on Camtech TV, and we have some exciting stuff to unbox today. So that's what makes iMessage so special. That's why iPhone users don't leave. Now, Android fans will say, well, Android's too complex for you. You can't handle it. And Android does a lot of things that iOS can't. It does things a lot better. Notifications. I love the notifications on the top left. I always know when I have one. I can just drag down from the top and everything is organized by group, by messages, social media, stuff like that. I love that. I love my Pixel. I still have the Pixel. I love it. It's just iMessage, the blue bubble syndrome, and AirDrop. If you don't know what AirDrop is, AirDrop, when you're in a video, it recognizes the other person's iPhone next to you, and you don't even need to send it through an iMessage app. I'm here in the messaging app. Okay, so here's the other user. I'm here in the messaging app. I'm going to send it, and you'll see right there my name. Tap it. Okay. I'm going to get a notification on here to allow. I'm going to hit accept. And it goes right into my Photos app. And then I could play it. Resolution didn't change. Look how fast that was. That was way faster than over messages. But even though iMessages you set even though iMessages you set talk right now. Even though sending that 1080p video over iMessage wasn't the fastest thing in the world, but it didn't get compressed. So, just to recap, Apple uses your phone number and your Apple ID to send text, video, files, projects, using, you can use your MacBook, you can use your iPad. It sends that information into Apple's server, and then it sends it to another iPhone using data. It will not get compressed. And this is why iOS has to be my primary device. And I need to send those pictures and videos over to my friends and family and so forth. Now, a lot of people don't send pictures and video often. Then if that's the case and you don't need iMessage, then the Pixel 2 XL, I highly recommend. It has the best camera in the business. It has stock Android. You get the fastest, freshest updates, the fastest software. It is truly amazing. Download the Send Anywhere app. You can send it to your other Android buddies. I'm sure that they have it as well. And there you go. There you have it. Android is not better than iOS. Android is not better than iOS, and iOS is not better than Android. Find out what you use the most and go towards that platform. Don't let someone else tell you what platform is the best, because it's purely subjective. It depends on what you use it for. If you've been iOS for the longest time, go get the Pixel 2 XL, or I don't recommend Galaxy products just because their skin is so heavy and it takes away from the user experience. But go towards another platform and check it out and extensively use it. That's the only way that you're gonna know for sure. Okay, a lot of my friends, they don't send pictures and videos at all. So they can live without iMessage. They can have a Pixel 2 XL and be extremely happy with it. But I need to send those pictures and videos through iMessage. My family needs to send those pictures and videos to each other. They're always doing stupid stuff, sending it to each other, so they need that service. So find out what's best for you. Extensively use the Pixel 2 XL if you've had an iPhone for years, and if you've had a Galaxy for years, and you go and you buy an iPhone 10, try it out. You might get the blue bubble syndrome and never look back.
You might get the blue bubble syndrome and never look back.
But that's it for now, guys. Drop a comment below. Which platform are you using? Do you have the blue bubble syndrome? Do you still think that Apple fanboys have this blue bubble syndrome just because it's a blue bubble and there's no reason behind it? So drop a comment below, like this video, share it. This is Cameron from CamTech TV. I'll see you guys in the next one.